Hey everybody, Brian here from Working Class Fishing. It's been a while since I've done a actual video, but I thought today what I would do is I would talk a little bit about some spoon fishing. I'm up here at the lake. I call it the R&D lab. If you guys have ever heard me talk about it on the podcast before, and I've been doing some nymphing today. I've been throwing some leech patterns, but I swapped over to some spoons. I'm just blowing trout up like crazy. But wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing and kind of how it's all going. So first off, rod selection is really important. You don't have to have an expensive rod to throw a spoon per se, but you want to have something that has a fairly good action on it, like a medium fast action. That way you can see the thump of the end of the rod as you're retrieving the spoon. I've just pulled a whole bunch of fish out of here, so I thought I'd take a break and do this. So spoons are basically a wounded minnow mimicker, and they work really well. Some of them do a little bit of a flutter. They work really good in a jig. Some of them are great for drifting through currents and rivers and spillways and stuff like that. And then some of them work really well as like a trolling spoon in still water, so like lakes and ponds and reservoirs and a whole myriad of different things. So I have a few different spoon styles here, and I'll start out with this fun one here. This is what they call a Phoebe, and it looks like a fish. I don't know if it actually looks like a actual fish to the fish, besides just the action it gives, but it just kind of gives a wobbling action. And you'll notice that on all of mine, I put a single point Siwash hook that is barbless. It just makes it easier to release the fish, but you can stick with a treble, especially if you're doing a catch and keep, and they work really well. This one here is a pattern a lot of us know in the Northwest is like a Steely spoon type pattern. This one happens to be a tarnished copper, works really well too. I haven't got as many fish in the still water with this, but in the river, it works super well. It's heavy and it sinks fast. And then I have this guy here. This one's a cam looper. The cam looper is kind of based on the old Red Devil, which is still kind of that whole Steely spoon, but this one has the powder-coated finish on it, and it's got the little red spots, if you can see those there. They work out really well. So these are super cool spoons. I've caught a lot of fish on these in still water, but as far as the rivers go, it's a little bit too heavy, especially when you get a low stream discharge. It doesn't stay up in the water column as well as something like the Steely spoon, like in this 1/4 ounce model here. They won't stay up in that water column and do what I like to kind of side drift the spoon, or drift the spoon through and just let it work. The other one's the old famous Castmaster, and this one here, basically, you can get these in any size, shape, color. There's a lot of different manufacturers out there. You don't have to buy Acme brand, but Acme makes a really good brand of these. And then my favorite, and the one I got tied up right now, is the Thomas Buoyant, or I like to call him a Tommy B. Once again, this is just a killer spoon. It's got a great action in the water. It still has that fish shape. You can get them in all kinds of different colors and everything else, but they work out super, super good. And so pairing up a good rod. So if you're trout fishing, most of your trout rods are going to be a medium fast action or ultralight action. They're going to respond really well to the spoon. Just watch your lure weight rating. I'm running a 1/4 ounce spoon here, and I have a Shimano Scimitar. This is a 6.6. This is a medium power fast action rod. This one works really well. It's a good, and it got a spin reel on it. You can use a bait caster too. This one I leave set up just to loan out to friends, but I thought, well, I'll bring it up here and I'll just give it a shot. I have it paired up with a 2500 series reel, but this is probably an overkill. It's just extra reel I had in the garage. I threw this Shimano Sedona 2500 on there. It's a great reel. It's got a really good retrieve speed. Catch a lot of fish with this. So Shimano makes some really good gear. This is about a $40 rod. The reel's about $60, so you're looking at a $100 combo. You don't have to have that to spoon fish effectively, but the action on the rod does make a huge difference. The line that I'm using is I have Power Pro 20 pound, and the only reason why I stick with 20 pound on this is because I also multi-purpose this rod as a steelhead side drifting rod out of my drift boat. And so even though it's a 6.5 foot rod, and a lot of guys say you need an 8, it won't work right. This rod, it works really well in small streams. So and for the trout that I'm catching, the size here, I'm going anywhere from 16 to 24-inch trout. So this rod handles those fish extremely well. I'm actually watching a fish swim by the dock here. So, then I just go ahead and I attach a couple feet of fluorocarbon or mono bumper. This happens to be 10-pound test bumper, and it's just because I got a lot of weeds in here. A lot of stuff's starting to churn up because it's late fall. We get that a lot in a lot of our still water lakes and stuff. So I'm just out here having a good time fishing. Thought I'd share with you a couple different things. So if you have any questions about spoons, shoot us a line. Don't hesitate. And as always, thanks for watching our videos. Hope you guys are out there getting some fish. And make sure to check out the podcast. Check out our Instagram page too. So until next time, we'll see you later.